This is Urban Debate 360 on Magic Bricks Now. I'm Faye D'Souza. We have a power-packed lineup of news today for you, starting with the big impact. Let's take a look at the headlines. A setback for the Karnataka government. The Supreme Court directs Siddaramaiah government to release 6,000 cusecs of water every day for 3 days. The Karnataka government says no water will be released before a cabinet meeting is held. And our relentless campaign against killer potholes in Mumbai yields results. Mumbai civic body BMC boss Ajay Mehta begins the second round of crackdown against corruption. More than 10 officials have been put under the scanner. Also, the chief minister puts a massive pressure on all agencies to make Mumbai pothole free. The dengue crisis in Delhi is showing no signs of improvement. The Delhi government now calls a special assembly session on the 30th of September to discuss dengue and chikungunya cases. And sparing no one, TV stars who played Ram and Lakshman in the famed TV series Ramayan are praying for justice. They claim that a developer whom they bought homes from has cheated them out of 2 crore rupees. To our continued campaign on the poor quality of roads in Mumbai, a big crackdown on corruption is underway by the BMC. 10 corporators, including top-ranking officials in the BMC, have come under the scanner by a special investigation team. Now remember, as Magic Bricks Now reported last week, the police has filed reports on 26 individuals under the multi-crore rupee road scam. This new crackdown takes that count up to 36 people who are being investigated. The problem really that Mumbai is facing is corruption on the contractor level, where contractors are being handed over contracts to build roads that crumble repeatedly after every rain. And the same contractor is then handed over the contract to fix the potholes and to resurface the road. That sort of evil cycle has resulted in a lot of taxpayer money going down the drain and no roads to speak of. We've been tracking this investigation and putting a lot of pressure on the government to first fix the road and clean up the system. Disha Shah, who's been tracking the story from day one, brings us exclusive details on the second crackdown.
Big crackdown on corruption is underway in the BMC as 10 more names have come under the scanner by the special investigation team who is investigating the 352 crore rupees road scam. In fact, the team told Magic Bricks Now that 10 more names, including 7 contractors and 3 top-ranking officials, have come under the scanner and they are investigating the case right now. In fact, they tell us that early this week they had sent a fresh list to the BMC and also a letter to the civic chief Ajay Mehta for his formal approval to arrest more people as soon as possible, because they tell us that the reason is they want to know the in-depth details of every officer's role who are involved in this particular road scam. In fact, the BMC suspects that they have carried out shoddy work in 34 roads across the city and suspects that this scam could be worth 2,000 crore rupees. In fact, the special investigation team told us that now no single corporator till date has been found guilty in this road scam. And lastly, they tell us that 26 arrests have already been made in this particular case. But if these 7 contractors and 3 top-ranking officials are found guilty, then suspensions and arrests are likely to follow. This is Disha Shah reporting here for Magic Bricks Now.
In fact, big impact here, big win for us on Magic Bricks Now. We've been pushing for the Chief Minister to take notice of the state of affairs of our roads and actually come in and take action. We understand that today the Chief Minister has pulled up all road agencies responsible for roads in the city of Mumbai. That's the BMC, the MMRDA and the PWD. And he has warned them and given them only 15 days in which they have to make Mumbai completely pothole free. Disha Shah is on the phone line right now. She brings us this exclusive story. Disha, massive win for us because we've been pushing for this for so long. Tell us exactly what the Chief Minister has said to these road agencies.
That's right, Faith.
certainly seems that the Chief Minister has finally paid some attention to the bad condition of roads across the city. Of course, we have been campaigning a lot on our channel about the bad situation of roads. And surprisingly, after 2 months, the Chief Minister has, come out openly and spoken about the pothole issue. In fact, he has set aside a deadline of 15 days to all the agencies, which includes PWD also. Which means that now all the agencies will have to really pull up their socks and work, round the clock to ensure that all the potholes are repaired and the roads are, improved going forward. In fact, this issue was raised by the BJP leader Ashish Shelar on Tuesday in the assembly, where he stated that the citizens have faced many trouble, much trouble because of the poor quality of roads, and it was sort of a nightmare. So in response to this, the Chief Minister said that starting Wednesday, all the agencies, which includes BMC, MMRDA and PWD, will be given only 15 days to, repair and all the potholes, which means that if this deadline is met, which is given by the Chief Minister, then Mumbaikars could, sigh a relief.
All right, Disha, many thanks for bringing us that story. Disha, they're bringing us an exclusive impact story that the Chief Minister orders 3 agencies. There are 3 agencies responsible for roads in Mumbai. The PWD, the MMRDA and the BMC. The Chief Minister has now ordered all 3 of them to pull up their socks, get to work and fix all of the potholes in the city of Mumbai in the next 15 days. That's the deadline that the Chief Minister is giving them. This is something we have been asking for months, that the Chief Minister take cognizance of what's happening in the state and especially in the city of Mumbai. Especially remember, the Chief Minister of the state, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, is also the Urban Development Minister and hence is responsible for the state of affairs of our roads. This is his decision right now, and we're hoping that these 3 agencies are able to meet their new deadline from the Chief Minister. A few days of rain and potholes are back on Mumbai's roads.
I don't know what the definition of a pothole is or what the size of their potholes are, because there are potholes all over the city.
The traffic is the global problem, but as a Mumbaikar, we lost the right to call Mumbai as a metro city.
Perpetrators of crime who have colluded with the administration, who have been corrupt in their practices, will not just be punished, they have been put behind bars.
You are simply bluffing people. You are doing nothing, I tell you.
It's a national shame that China MP has come on national TV and she's defending the BMC.
जो मेन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर जब भी काम करते हैं तो उसका मटेरियल का टेस्टिंग नहीं हो रहा है.
This kind of a situation was happening in Japan or some other country, it would have been a total disaster,
Law and order, I think it's one of the worst in the city right now.
I will give that assurance, whether it's coming up with a comprehensive solution and a strategy like what Mr. Srivastava had, that is something that is going to be the only agenda of the BJP.
3 roads. Can you resurface 3 roads for us, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, as our Urban Development Minister of the state of Maharashtra?
Are you watching The Urban Debate? Only on Magic Bricks Now.
Well, that's, of course, a welcome move coming in from the Chief Minister, who's given the BMC, the PWD and the MMRDA a deadline of 15 days to solve the pothole nightmares that continue to track the maximum city. We've been highlighting those nightmares. In fact, the BMC has remained defiant as of today, still claiming that only 50 potholes in the whole city. Ruchi sent us this report earlier today.
Approximately 50 potholes in the city of Mumbai is the number that the Mumbai Municipal Corporation wants you to believe as a citizen of Mumbai. However, Magic Bricks now found out that the on-ground reality is much different from what the BMC claims. If you take the case in point of the Hind Mata flyover in Parel, you can as a commuter count easily about 50 odd potholes on that one solitary stretch. Another part of another flyover, which is also a part of the Eastern Express Highway in the city and is riddled with potholes, is the Science Circle flyover, which is again riddled with close to 20 odd potholes. Now, apart from the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the Maharashtra Public Works Department is another agency that looks after the roads in the city. They are in charge of the Western Express Highway, the Eastern Express Highway, as well as the Sion Panvel Highway. All three of them have been riddled with potholes. Now, note that we told you earlier on this channel that the Maharashtra PWD had given themselves a deadline of 26th of August to fill all the potholes of their respective roads. But 1 month down the line, it is almost the end of September, this has not been the case. In fact, the city has also had 3 days of dry spells with no continuous rain. Still, the potholes have continued to crop up. So it will be definitely some time before the pothole menace of the city ceases to exist.
Well, crossing our fingers there over the potholes in the city of Mumbai. Hopefully, it will get done in the next 15 days as mandated by the Chief Minister. Let's move on now to the state of affairs in Bangalore. A big setback there for the state of Karnataka. The Supreme Court has ordered the Karnataka government to release 6,000 cusecs of water every day for the next 3 days. Now, this comes after the previous order of the Supreme Court was defied by the Karnataka government that refused to release water. The court has also mandated the Attorney General to convene a meeting of the two chief executives of both states on Friday this week. But Siddaramaiah standing his ground. As per sources in the Karnataka government, the Chief Minister is backed by senior Congress members, and he's decided again that he will not release water to Tamil Nadu until there's another cabinet meeting. Take a look.
The Kaveri Row came up for a hearing in Supreme Court today as the two states Tamil Nadu and Karnataka continue to slug it out in Supreme Court. Tamil Nadu also called Karnataka obstructionist and obstinate. Supreme Court sounded a terse warning on the two states, saying that the dignity of an apex court has to be upheld by all. Meanwhile, the centre has agreed to broker peace between the two warring states. In fact, the Supreme Court concluded today's hearing by asking Karnataka to release 6,000 cusecs of water till this Friday, a move which has not synced in well with Karnataka till now.
The party has made a resolution today in the executive committee to request the government not to release the water. Now we'll see how the government responds to it.
First thing is whether we release or whether we don't release, because this is a direction of the tribunal of the legislature, and our government represents the majority, but the legislature represents every Karnataka citizen. So when every Karnataka citizen has directed us by way of the legislature resolution that you follow a particular path, whether it is for us to not follow that path, we have to really examine the legal position. But insofar as the directions, other directions are concerned, that for 6,000 cusecs you release for the next 2 days, and that there will be a meeting between the chief executives of both the states on Friday. This is something which we have to see, and because I think this is something which our Honourable Chief Minister has always sought, that there should be a meeting of minds, and that there should be some amicable solution to this very vexed issue.
And I think they have not held the government in contempt, so that is a good thing. But regarding this, we have to wait and watch what the Chief Minister and the Water Resources Minister and Law Minister with the legal teams, they will sit down and discuss again. And probably we'll have to consult everyone again because this decision was taken on the floor of the House, endorsed by the entire Assembly. So what next step to be taken will have to be taken again with taking everybody into confidence.
Supreme Court direction to release 18,000 cusecs of water is very unfortunate because we don't have water for drinking water purpose. And first time Assembly unanimously have taken decision and Jagdish Shettar moved the resolution that we are not able to release the water because of drinking water problem. Unfortunately, Supreme Court not considered these things. And whatever decision government is going to take about this, we will support fully to the government. And according to news, that information, tomorrow is going to have opposition party leaders meeting. We are going to attend that meeting, and whatever decision the Chief Minister is going to take, wholeheartedly we are going to support.
Now, viewers must note at this point there have been several mixed responses that has come from the government in Karnataka. The Chief Minister had earlier said that there's only enough water in the reservoirs of Karnataka to give drinking water to Bangalore, Mysore and the Kaveri catchment areas. Then, while there was trouble in the state, the Chief Minister assured the people, the citizens of Bangalore, Mysore and those villages, that they will get drinking water one way or the other until June next year. Now, we understand also that in order to provide drinking water to these three groups of citizens, the state needs 27 TMC of water in their reservoirs. We wanted to find out how much water there really is. My colleague Amita Balachandra has got up with the numbers to tell us how much water is available in Karnataka and how much of that is necessary for drinking. Take a look.
We access the Water Resources Department of Karnataka's data on the water level in all of the dams in the Kaveri Basin. There's Harangi, Hemavati, KRS and Kabani. And of course, the total water life storage water was of course at 33 TMC as of today. But of course, KRS was at the highest, considering its capacity is also high when compared to the rest of the dams. It's got about 45 TMC capacity, but with current storage of 10.44 TMC, followed by Kabani, Hemavati and Harangi. Of course, we also accessed Tamil Nadu reservoirs Mettur Dam, which falls in the Kaveri Basin. It's got about, current storage is about 45 TMC, while its capacity is 93 TMC. But what's more interesting is the Central Water Commission's data, which states that the overall water shortage in Tamil Nadu is far higher than the state of Karnataka. Tamil Nadu's reservoirs have shortage of about 49% than Karnataka's reservoirs, which stands at about 30%. But of course, IMD and KSNM-DC's data on the rainfall recorded in both the states differs. In Tamil Nadu, of course, they recorded normal rainfall this year. However, there was a 17% shortage in Karnataka's rainfall.
Meanwhile, in Chennai, Chief Minister Jayalalitha, who's been in hospital because she's been dehydrated for the last few days, chaired a meeting on the Kaveri dispute from Apollo Hospital. According to the press release that came from the government, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu was appraised of the latest developments, following which she deputed the PWD Minister to look into the matter. Karnataka state government is again in a position where there is a face-off between the legislature and the judiciary. What happens now? Does the Karnataka government have the ability to release the water? And should it release the water? What happens, of course, it hangs in the balance, is the drinking water for the entire city of Bangalore. We're not even talking here about other needs of the city, whether that's construction or anything else that might require water. We're not talking about industries in Karnataka or irrigation and agriculture. We're talking about drinking water for the city of Bangalore. What happens now?
Pacific even today released 6,000 cusecs for the next 3 days, and we'll see what is to be done on Friday. Here is where the confrontation is coming in directly between the legislature as also the court, because today the same pleas were taken as were taken earlier to reduce the water supply from 15, 12, 2 to 6. That's the sequence which has been followed from the 2nd of September. Therefore, to turn around and say that there is going to be a change or no implementation by a decision of the cabinet tomorrow, I think once again will be in the teeth of the order of the state.
Karnataka government, the Supreme Court took everything into consideration and said you release 6,000 cusecs of water for 3 days till 30th September. But the Karnataka government and the opposition, the parties together, are not in a mood to listen to any order of the Honorable Supreme Court. And this is not rocket science. It is simple and straight that they have to obey the order of the Honorable Apex Court.
Since we are begging for drinking water, yes, I'm using the word begging for drinking water, Karnataka is going to really face a lot of problems. The same situation what Latur went through, Bangalore is going to have the same situation, and this is the IT capital of the world. But however, I understand the jubilation which the panel is having from Tamil Nadu. I can really understand, because it is for their cash crop, which is samba crop. They want water, and we are begging water for drinking.
Sorry, it is not the Tamil Nadu.
Honorable Supreme Court also.
We are obedient citizens. We have not indulged in any kind of violence against
Sir,
any
please don't go into the debate of who's obedient and who's not obedient. Please Don't blame Kannadigas, please.
We are obedient.
Please, it is.
No, you are
we are
saying
Indians. I am going to stand. I am going to rise above you.
Yes.
I am going to rise
Yes,
above
we
you
are
and say I am
Indians.
called myself as Indian. You can stay as a Tamilian. You can stay as a
Yes,
Tamilian.
I am
I'm
also,
an
I am
Indian.
also
Fine,
Indian.
please.
No, I am never
So I think,
said.
You are not an
gentlemen,
Indian.
I
You
think
are
we
just
need to
a
point out
Indian.
rightfully that this is an issue that needs to be...
No.
We haven't.
Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, Mr. Rajshekharan, this is obviously an issue that needs to be sorted out as soon as possible. I'll agree with Tanveer Ahmed here on the fact
that is the reason what we would say is both the... Ma'am, 1 second, Faith.
Yes, okay, go ahead, Tanveer. Go ahead.
The situation is very bad. Do we know last year more than 1,500 farmers committed suicide in Karnataka in the Kaveri catchment area predominantly? This is exactly same thing going to happen to Karnataka. Already it is declared to the farmers that no water.
More than 800 farmers.
Oh my God, Rajshekhar, I don't think you have any data, sir. I don't think. You have just come unprepared to the debate on the very, very serious issue, Mr. Rajshekhar.
You just check that. You check the statistics. You check the statistics.
I want to bring in G. Madhusudan here. G. Madhusudan from the BJP in Karnataka. Where does the BJP stand, G. Madhusudan? And of course, the fact that the Chief Minister of Karnataka had brought this up in the past. Will the BJP's elected representatives in Parliament move the centre to mediate a discussion at this point?
Madam, Karnataka BJP has taken a decision to stand by the state of Karnataka, particularly with the government of Karnataka. And Karnataka government has passed an unanimous resolution in both the houses of legislature. In fact, the whole debate was mooted by the opposition leader only. The resolution was moved by our opposition leader, Mr. Jagdish Shettar, and we are a part and parcel of the resolution that is passed in the Karnataka. The situation is really grave.
Jagdish Shettar was one of the person to move the resolution. He was not the only one.
Let's not bicker on.
The unison in the political parties. That's a political decision. It has got nothing to do with the court. Because both parties would be seeking to appease their respective vote banks as time goes on. And both would say that we fought for water. So that is a totally different chapter. Insofar as the court is concerned, the court has passed an order, I repeat, after hearing parties, after examining this very information which is now being said about it. But what is interesting is we are relying upon the Madras presidency, we are relying upon Mysore state of the 1920s. These are all pre-independence. Pre-independence, there was a great division between the riots and the states.
Well, let's take a look at other news that's coming in from your city. Mumbai's buses will soon be GPS enabled, and Bangalore City Police is booking people for uploading bike stunts on social networking. Take a look.
Mumbaikars who take the bus to work every day can now say goodbye to broken handles and damaged seats. As many as 300 new GPS-enabled single-decker buses are going to join the BST bus fleet on Mumbai roads. These brand new BST buses will also have air conditioning, free Wi-Fi and wider entry and exit points. The Brihan Mumbai Electric Supply and Transport is expected to deliver these buses by the first half of 2017. Bengalurians, listen up. Bike stunts on the city roads can land you in serious trouble. Bengaluru City Traffic Police have caught 21 cases of wheeling in a special drive, and while the bikes have not only been seized by the police, an FIR has been lodged under 279 IPC and 181, 184, 189 IMV Act 6. An act of kindness by a mother and daughter took an ugly turn in Pune. A 45-year-old man allegedly assaulted them over sheltering stray dogs and preventing the civic officials from taking away stray dogs. CCTV footage of the incident shows the accused hitting the two women with a shoe. The accused is now in police custody.
Well, a new open space policy by the BMC has not gone down well with citizens and activists in Mumbai. The new policy states that all open spaces should be maintained by private organizations. However, activists demand that the 216 plots should be maintained by the BMC. With this regard, a group of activists met with the BMC Commissioner Ajay Mehta on Tuesday evening with certain demands. Disha Shah caught up with these activists and asked them what their demands were.
Our first demand is that all 216 should be taken back. Second demand is BMC must develop and maintain all the plots. And third demand is no third-party ownership should be created.
Mr. Commissioner said that yes, in the new policy, we are just giving a maintenance agreement type of thing. But as a matter of fact, when we went through the new policy, which is right now being circulated with the group leader of the corporation, that there is no such maintenance agreement reference. It is basically to hand over those plots to the private parties. That means you are going to create third party ownership. So Mr. Commissioner misguided the whole concerned citizens group.
What we don't understand is 90 plots have not been taken back by the MCGM, and my direct question to the municipal commissioner was, why is it not done? And the answer to this was that basically there was no answer initially, and the way he spoke to the citizens was definitely not on. He said, I will speak only to the elected representatives and not to any activists. So my say is very simple and straightforward. All the 90 plots should be immediately taken back by the MCGM the way the others have been taken back, and then a proper policy should be drafted.
All right, let's take a look at what else is making headlines across the nation. Former bureaucrat B.K. Bansal was arrested by the CBI in a graft case. Has committed suicide along with his son in his residence in East Delhi. This comes after his wife and daughter committed suicide in July this year after he was summoned by the CBI. The Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, the MNS workers, staged a protest outside filmmaker Karan Johar's home for casting Pakistani actor Fawad Khan in his upcoming film. Cops have detained protesters. Remember, the MNS has threatened not to allow the release of that film when it's slated for release. And a terrible, shocking incident. A school teacher has allegedly been stabbed to death by two students of their class. The incident took place in a school in West Delhi, where the students committed the crime after they were expelled from the school. The teachers of the school organized a protest demanding the students be arrested. The Supreme Court has pulled up Akhilesh Yadav's minister Azam Khan for not appearing in the court in the gang rape case. Azam Khan was summoned by the Supreme Court for terming the rape case as a political conspiracy. But that brings us to the end of this edition of the Urban Debate 360. Thank you for watching. Stay with the channel for more news and updates.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.